Okay, got a balmy December day today. It's actually up in double figures, so we've got 5.3, I think it is today. Woohoo! Okay, got a little unusual looking quad here, and it's a folding one, and it's from a company I've never heard of before. This is called Mould King, and this is, a really natty little name for it, 330565. It's a Wi-Fi operated, so you just need your phone to operate it. You don't need any transmitter or anything else. I am honest on the channel, as you know, and the one thing I found is the props just don't sort of fold in nicely out the way with the design that it's got on it. And that's fine, it's just the way it is. It fits in the box fine and sort of comes away, but I'm just thinking in your pocket or something or other, these props are a little bit of a fiddle. So just the way I'm seeing it, perhaps other people will think they're absolutely fine, but that's the way I'm seeing it. They are an unusual fold out as well, because if you can see, they're at an angle here, and it's quite a wrench to get them to move. And then once they actually move, they really lock in position there. It's a nice little design. I've got no issues with it at all, but I'm just pointing out what I'm finding on it. But they are quite stiff to get out, so they're not going to fold back in easily when you're flying. I have had other ones that sort of lollop around a bit, so that's actually a benefit sort of thing. And a cool looking little drone as well. Quite like everything on it. I'm going to rush against whether or not we've got any sun for the rest of the day, so I'll speed it up a bit. You've got a 0.3 megapixel camera on there, and obviously there's the design here. They're going to put either a bigger camera in here or perhaps a LED or something or other. It's quite nicely done actually. It's got a good battery bay area, and it uses a very standard battery. It's 380 milliamp hour, single cell, and it's got the lossy micro connector on it, so that's really good and fits in there. Absolutely no problem at all. There's loads of room in there, and then you just simply plug it in and you're away. There we go, and you've got some seriously bright LEDs, I mean really bright, but when you're sort of straight on with it, you can't see anything at all. So the only time the LEDs work is sort of when you're underneath or at a slight angle to it, but it has to be up. So that's a slight disadvantage, I think, and there's no on and off switch. It's just literally live as soon as you plug it in, so that's got benefits that it can't possibly get switched on. The disadvantage is you've got to open the battery bay and pop it in. Again, just being honest. The actual box it comes in is tiny actually. That would actually fit in your pocket rather than trying to fit the actual quad in. I think a lot easier without those props getting damaged or anything. And it's very basic what you get. I mean, it is I think they're about £15, but I'm sure I can find some coupons for you, get them a bit cheaper than that. It comes very simple. You get prop guards with it. You get 4 prop guards, and they just simply slide on, and they simply go on there like that, and then you just push. Oops! If you put it on the right ones. Oh, there we go. So it's quite an unusual, like I say, a bit of an unusual design. So those ones go on the back, and then obviously those ones go on the front left and the rear right, like that, and then the other ones are handed, so it goes the other way on those. It does make it into quite a sizable quad, but you have got full protection on those props, and even if you come up on your ceiling, you're protected with these as well. Mentioning about the props, these are about the most flexible props I've ever come across, and I've done a lot of flexible quads. Hopefully you can see that these are really flexible. They are going to get out of the way of anything that you come in contact with. It's got a USB charger, and you simply plug the lossy micro into there, plug it into a power bank or mains adapter, or in your car or computer, anything like that. It glows bright red when it's actually charging. When it's finished charging, it goes off, and I like that. You can really see it. It's nice, a nice LED in there as well, which is good. You get a little screwdriver as well with it, and you get the instructions for the actual app. I mean, it is really basic. It's just literally Chinese on one side, English on the other side, and it calls out every single call out, but I'm going to run through most of it anyway. And I've done a video on how to fly using an app, and I'll put a link down in description for you. So that's enough of that. Let's get this thing going, shall we? Okay, so as you can see, we've got flashing LEDs, which means we're waiting to bind. Go into our Wi-Fi settings, and then you can see we've got YD and it's UFO, and this is basically the quad. Quad sets up a Wi-Fi hotspot, and we're just going to log on to that, so it doesn't use up your data roaming, and you don't need to be near any other Wi-Fi applications or anything at all. So, and then we get a warning up that there's no internet access. Simply come back to your home page, and this one's called FYD FPV. Simply press that one. And there we are, all ready to go. You can change the languages here. It comes default in Chinese. I'd already had a quick look at this inside to make sure I was familiar with it, and you can change the language to English there. So hit play, and then we're away. That's us. Yeah, so yeah, it's not too bad. The camera angle is pointing down quite a bit there. I don't know, 15, good 20 odd degrees, I would, yeah, if not more than that, I would say. So it'll be interesting how high I've got to go before I can actually get a selfie sort of shot. And as you can see, the LEDs have stopped flashing now, and it's gone solid because we're actually bound up, ready to go. To calibrate the gyros on it, so only do this if you've had an accident, or sometimes your first flight out might be a good idea to do it, or if it just keeps drifting in one way. The first port of call is to actually calibrate the gyros. Press that, you get flashing LEDs, and that calibrates the gyro, should on somewhere level, so keep it level, don't move it while you're doing it. I'm going to start the video. I'm not expecting huge great guns out of the video. It is a tiny little camera, and you know, these things are built at a budget, so let's be honest when we review them, shall we? So we're up and away. We've got altitude hold, there we go, and you saw it lock off on altitude there. I don't like it when they face me off. There we go. So it actually flies really nicely. I've got flashing LEDs already. I've literally just charged this battery right up. So, I mean, some quads do, they just go way too early on it. Now the yaw is quite, nothing happens, then all of a sudden it kicks in. If you're new to flying, it's probably fine. It's just I fly a lot of quads, so I sort of know what the difference is with them. This one's flying okay, but you have to twist it right round, then nothing happens, then we get a fair bit of yaw on it. But it is flyable, so that's the main thing. And it is a little budget quad, and it's a little budget folding quad, so, you know, what do you want out of something? So, okay, yeah, there we go. So, oh yeah, it really is quite fast. And we're up on 100%, so if we drop it down to 30%, it'd probably be a lot easier. There we go. Yeah, now it's still, the yaw's pitching it, not pitching in, sorry, the yaw is way too much, I would say. Yeah, it's ooh, I'm almost saying an unflyable, so I'm just going to show you how that works. And nothing's happening. Yeah, and then, yeah, it is just about flyable. Okay. I've flown better, shall we say. I'm on the reviews, I'm not hiding things. What's the point? None of us benefit from that, and the manufacturer should be watching these reviews, taking note, and then making adjustments so we all get better flying experience. So the actual app is working okay, actually, to be honest. It's just that yaw is way too much, and the camera is pointed far too far down, I think. That's got to be, well, we're above the top of our house then, no problem at all. Just started to get a drop out on the Wi-Fi there, but I still have control of it. So you can bring it back down. It's got headless mode on it, and it's got gyro. I prefer gyro to headless mode. So simply do that, and then I can control it with my phone. The grandkids love this. So you just basically tilt the phone forward or backwards, or it doesn't have to be points to the compass. You do it 45 degrees or anywhere really. Turn it round. There we go. And then what I say to the grandkids is turn with the quad. So now they've got, you know what orientation, so it's always forward sort of thing. You can do it in headless mode. I just don't know. I think it's easier just turning yourself, and the kids like it a bit more. It's a bit more interactive sort of thing, and you can get it to race around. It's actually quite good in high rates. Turn that off. Let's try and do a selfie, but I'm not sure we'll actually get one done, because it's actually quite difficult to get this thing lined up with anything. Well, that is quite a serious height up there. There we go. There we go. Now where am I? Hey, that is really quite... I'm struggling. I fly a lot. Yeah, really difficult to get. Hey, there we go. But finally found me. Yeah, the Wi-Fi keeps dropping out, which you'd expect from that distance. That is quite a long way away. Well, yeah, with the height and everything, it's got to be a good 50 meters there. So, yeah, there we go. So it's sort of working. Let's just bring that back down. So all the other controls work really nicely. It's just the yaw. I've had that before on quite a few of them, and because it's altitude hold, it hasn't got to pull the throttle right off. It's not going to come down very fast, so it's quite normal. And the length of flight, you know, being as we've had flashing LEDs literally since I took off, is quite amazing. We do have a voice control on this. I'm not going to use the voice control. I never like them. I never understand them because literally they take off, land, right, left, forward and back, and to me that's no good at all. I'm going to actually use a mission one, which I don't like at all. But there again, you see, it looks as though it's going round that mission thing, and it's not doing anything. So I'm not even convinced that works, to be honest. Let's try that one again, shall we? So the mission one is you're supposed to be able to draw something on here and it will go off and do it. No. And look, it looks as though it's actually going along the line, which would take it over there, and it's not. So another part of these apps that I don't get. I've done a full video on how to flow using apps. Yeah, as you probably got the impression, I'm not overly impressed with this one. The yaw, you've got to come right the way over here before you actually get anything to happen, and that's a real shame because it's actually, apart from that, it's quite a nice little quad, I think.
So what do I think of it? Well, as you can probably tell in my voice, a little bit disappointed. You know, I have tried polishing it. Next thing I will have to do is cover it in glitter, I guess, and if you understand that, you know what I'm talking about. It's not good. I'm not impressed with it at all, really, to be honest. It would be a great little flying machine if it wasn't for the yaw, you know, that you have to crank it so far over it and then it just does that. You don't get there's none of this gentle stuff. There's not enough movement on the end of the control on the yaw to keep it smooth, which is a real shame. It really is a shame. It's got written on the top here 30 megapixels and 4K, so I wonder if they are thinking about putting something there, in which case they would definitely have to sort that app out. Apart from that, not too bad. Another issue I have with it, apart from the not too bad bit, is the camera angle is pointed way too far down. You've got to take it so high up to actually get a shot of anything. It really doesn't work. And again, my other issue with it was when it folds up, as you can see, that just snaps in really nicely, but these props just don't sort of get out of the way. You can't run them parallel to the actual quad. So I'm sorry, really not for me. I can't give a big thumbs up or paws up on it. If they sort out a couple of issues, it'll be fine, but at the moment, in the state it's in, it's definitely not for me. If you do want to take a look at it, I'll put a link down in the description for you, and another honest review on the way soon. Now, where's that glitter?